Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal and now we'll be dwelling into the weekly sectoral analysis. Now all of us know that the recent rally in the market has been supported mainly by the PSU banks and possibly one another private bank which was Axis Bank. Yesterday we saw Reliance trying to go up, right? But apart from that, is there any other sector which could support the market at higher levels? Because PSU banks looks a little bit overstretched, and I'm pretty sure this query would be there in your minds too. In fact, in my previous weekly sectoral analysis, which I shooted last week, I had clearly mentioned that other sectors need to participate also. Well, I have found out 2 to 3 sectors which could participate in the near term. But to see that, you will have to watch the video till the last. So kindly stay in the video till the last and let's start today's weekly sectoral analysis. Now, you're looking currently at the daily and the weekly time frame charts. First, we'll have to check the higher time frame chart, which is the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame chart, this candle is looking pretty solid, especially taking into consideration that we have come to an end of month right now, end of the October month, and this candle looks pretty solid. Yes, we do have a shooting star candle. It just shows that there is some sort of selling pressure which is coming up somewhere around this level. You can see very, very properly. And somewhere between this and this band, and which has been going on since a pretty long time, which is pretty normal. It happens at times. But apart from that, things are looking okay. In weekly time frame, I should say the things are looking pretty okay. Only thing is the rally which happened in pre-Diwali was a little bit more faster than anticipated, but it is okay. At times of Diwali, it does happen in Indian markets. We know that Indian markets are bent towards going higher in Diwali time. Taking into consideration the daily time frame charts, we can see I had in fact made a small short video also of Nifty futures that we will need a proper close above 17,800 levels with a proper big green candle. Now what we can see over here is we have saw a close which is above 17,800. I do not deny that. But the candle which is visible, it has a wick. So I would consider this candle is not acceptable because a proper bullish candle is what will induce confidence in the minds of bullish traders right now, which is pretty much required, because I feel once we sustain above 17,800, 850, the probability of the market going higher will increase. All right. But overall, I think state of trend is looking pretty solid. Bank Nifty futures. Bank Nifty futures, I should say, it is stronger right now, and it was stronger even prior to the rally. I have repeated this multiple times in my previous weekly sectoral analysis also, that banking was looking much stronger than Nifty futures. One thing which I can see over here is the amount of rally which has happened. If you just check this data from 30th September to Friday, we have rallied by almost 10.76%, which means close to 11%. And this rally has happened in a matter of 28 trading sessions. So this is all right. This is acceptable. But what I feel is that if you check the data of Bank Nifty futures, this particular index has been in a range since last 4 trading sessions. The answer is why? The answer due to that is the difference between the price and the moving average has increased. You can see the RSI is not in an overbought zone, but the overall state of trend is overstretched little bit, not that much, but little bit, and it needs some sort of consolidation if it is possible. And the main culprit in this particular overstretched state of trend are PSU banks, because PSU banks have rallied in a very little point of time too much. And you can also see that in the daily time frame charts, we are now trading at 161.80% extension. The overall trend in PSU banks will remain higher, will remain up, no doubt about that. But a short-term correction, just a short-term, maybe couple of percent, maybe 3-4%, not more than that, or maybe just a sideways consolidation, and then the rally starts again. This sort of price formation could occur in PSU banks. This would be pretty normal. So there's a possibility that any dip which could happen on the downside in PSU banks, if it happens, it will be probably bought into, and then the markets will start moving higher. As a positional trader, if you have bought your stocks somewhere in this zone or maybe at a breakout somewhere over here, right, especially the breakout traders like me, my advice would be to book partial profits in PSU banks if you're having any, and rest you can hold with your trailing stop losses to minimize risk in your open positions. In private banking pack, you can see the overall overstretched feeling is not there. You can see the way PSU banks have rallied. It is looking little bit sort of vertical rally, but private banking rally has been pretty okay. Yes, we can see that it has been range bound in last 3 days, but that is okay. This is very normal, I guess so. One stock in private banking space is Axis Bank, and if you check, we do have a resistance at 993. Now, sometimes what happens is people, when they buy stocks, they certainly have targets in their minds, and many people would be thinking that the stock would move higher towards 993. That is all right. It will with time. But in between, if you check, there is some sort of negative divergence which is visible in the price and RSI. Now, is this a sign of a top? The answer is no. This is not a top. This is just a sign that the overall speed with which, the velocity with which the rally was continuing, probably this velocity, the speed will come down a little bit. It will consolidate a little bit, and then again it will start moving higher towards that target level. All right, the overall trend will stay up. Now, if you look at the HDFC Bank, let's have a look at the weekly time frame chart. We have a hammer, then we have an inverted hammer, again we have a hammer, again we have an inverted hammer. So this is a continuous fight between bulls and the bears. I believe this entire band is acting as a resistance. A probable close above 1500 levels, possibly 1500 or 1510, this level with a pretty decent big candle could result in an upside momentum in HDFC Bank. Now, metals. Now, metals is that particular sector which is trying to come out of its bearishness, which is trying to come out of its negativity. Now, this is one of the sectors which was very badly beaten in 2022. The reason was this particular sector was one of the sectors which rallied pretty nicely in 2020-21, and then we saw a very large correction and then a very solid pullback also. Now, after this pullback, what has happened? We are witnessing close to more than 1 month of consolidation going on in the metal pack. Now, in this consolidation, if you check properly, there are 5 candles. Out of these 5 candles, there are 2 big bullish candles. This particular doji, I will not consider it at all, because dojis can be powerful when they come up at a level which is very important. This particular zone, this particular band is not important for this doji candle as of now. And then over here, we have a small inverted hammer, which is again not that powerful. And overall, if you look in the daily time frame chart, it is more or less within a band. It is pretty much range bound. So I guess we'll see some fireworks happening only if it is able to break above this band and many stocks go higher. Because if you check the metal pack, strange things are happening. What is happening over here is, if you check Tata Steel, it's pretty subdued. You can see the weekly time frame chart, the trend is down. The trend is flat in the daily time frame chart, so it's not looking that strong. JSW Steel has given a sudden rally. Actually, it was weak, but it suddenly gave a pretty strong rally in last week. And now I think it is trying to come out of that zone, and it might outperform in the next coming days. It has given a trend line breakout in the RSI too. Then if we have a look at SAIL, again the weekly time frame charts are not looking that attractive. And again in the daily time frame chart, it is still within a range. So probably it will have to close above this level of 84 or 85. Then once this happens, what will happen is the trend in the weekly time frame chart will turn flat and the trend in the daily time frame chart will turn up. So probably that is the time when things will start changing in the favor of the bulls. Jindal Steel has been one stock which I have been continuously saying that it has been the outperformer because the way it has come out of its bearishness. And yes, the last week's candle has not been that much encouraging, but let us give some time to the stock. Maybe in next 4-5 days, if it maintains and if it doesn't break these lows somewhere over here, then probably it will consolidate it and try to move higher. So it's not happening that the entire sector is trying to move up. Some stocks are negative, some stocks have already started performing. So I guess once 2-3 stocks or at least 4 stocks, they try and catch up momentum in metal pack, then possibly things will change around. But metal sector is certainly the sector which you guys should keep a watch on, because continuously the rally cannot be carried out by one single sector, that is banking. When it consolidates, other sectors will have to come in force to work as a sector which is leading in the market. Autopack. Now Autopack, if you check properly in my previous weekly sectoral analysis also, I have been clearly mentioning that this was one of the sectors which was the pioneer in coming out of this bearishness of 2022, and it started very early, probably with the FMCG pack. And now what is happening over here is the sector is currently consolidating. The sector is currently consolidating somewhere over here. I'll just mark that zone for you. And this consolidation lasted for around 4 weeks. And prior to this consolidation, there was a short-term correction which lasted for 2 weeks. So you can say that within a span of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, which is just less than 2 months, the sector has tried to come out of its consolidation zone. This is a sign of a strong sector, but there is only one problem. Only Maruti has managed to give a breakout. This is certainly a stock which has given a breakout. As a positional trader, one should consider this particular stock for buying with their respective stop losses. You can see this is a volume breakout. RSI has gone into the overbought zone. So this is certainly a sign of strength. And this should be considered as a positional buy with your respective stop losses. But apart from Maruti, if you check Bajaj Auto, it's not performing. If you check Tata Motors, it's still lagging behind. Ashok Leyland, yes, Ashok Leyland is consolidating, but nothing much is happening in the daily time frame chart. Till the time nothing attractive is visible in the daily time frame chart, there is no point of acting onto that particular stock. Eicher Motors, as a swing trader, it is okay, but as a positional trader, I would not be interested in this stock as of now. And M&M, yes, again, it's a stock for swing trading rather than positional trading. So other stocks have to participate in Autopack. Probably you can start picking Maruti as the leader as of now. So again, we did talk on metals, and now the Autopack. This is the second sector which is trying to come out of its negative zone. All right. IT. Now, IT, in my previous weekly sectoral analysis, I have been clearly saying that we have a sort of double bottom pattern over here. This pattern will be completed obviously when we close above this particular level, all right? But we should not forget that this is a weekly time frame chart, and from 30,372, till 26 to 20. This is a very big difference in terms of percentage. So as a positional trader, if you try to buy above this level, above this particular level, it could be too late. So according to me, the trend has now started up in the daily time frame chart. In the weekly time frame charts, the trend is flat. Till the time IT pack is within this range, is above this range, even if it comes till this point, there is no problem. There is a possibility that it's going higher. It could come, it may not come, I don't know, only time will tell. It could test this particular zone and then it may go higher. It is a probability. There is no surety in this. There is no surety. This is a probability. But if this thing happens, I think some short-term momentum, short-term upside momentum will start in the IT pack. And if this support gets broken, yes, you can see one more gap over here. So this gap will get filled. And once this gap gets filled, then you'll have to revisit the charts and look again. Finance pack is now certainly looking pretty strong. We have a trend line breakout. We have the retest of the trend line, few bullish candles over here. But now once again, we can see that we are now back at a resistance zone, and we can see that prices have made a consolidation zone. The first candle is a very small spinning top. The second one is a bearish belt hold. The third candle is looking like a spinning top, and the fourth one is a you can say a possibly shooting star. So there is a small possibility that this particular sector could take a small dip, just a minor small dip. But after that dip, if it stops falling lower and then if it starts rallying, I think traders should certainly, momentum traders should start picking their stocks in the finance pack for sure. All right. And the reason why I'm saying this is, see, currently we are over here at the resistance band, just slightly higher, possibly somewhere over here. So if you, when this dip happens, in case if this dip happens, the resistance band is here. After this dip, if you try to buy at a breakout somewhere over here, all right, what will happen is that from 18,200 to 18,800, already you would have covered so much of distance. So that till that point of time, your trailing stop losses will go higher. Your risk will come down. So timing in the financial pack stocks should be very, very precise. Pharma, I would just straight away go to the stocks without wasting times. Again, I'll just pick two stocks. One is Cipla. Cipla, I have been clearly mentioning that it is a good candidate for swing trade, and you can see it has rallied pretty nicely. Yes, we are coming up at some resistance, and you can see there is a shooting star somewhere over here. You can clearly see this is a shooting star. So in case if there is some sort of correction which happens, then people who are long in the swing trades of Cipla, they might get stopped out. And one another stock is Sun Pharma. These are the two stocks which I'm currently tracking. Again, Sun Pharma has given a very, very beautiful rally, especially above this zone of 933 to 934. Has been rallying till 1000, 1011. Again, we have a high wave candle over here, sorry, a shooting star candle over here, and suddenly we have some sort of extremely negative candle built up over here. So we'll have to check what happens in the coming week. If there is some sort of correction which will happen on the downside, then probably positional or even swing traders might get stopped out. All right. FMCG pack. FMCG pack is trying too much in a very short span of time, because the rally, the type of rally which has occurred in FMCG, I believe, in fact, even more consolidation is needed over here. But when the trend is on, when the rally is going on, I think no one can do anything about it. One stock which I shared with all of you in my weekly sectoral analysis was ITC. It has been able to rally very nicely for a swing trader. Now, one another stock which I would like to share as of now, it's doing nothing as of now. It's pretty dead, you can say. I'll just convert this chart into a daily time frame chart. Okay, so what is happening in Britannia is that the stock is taking support from this trend line, which is holding on since May of 2022. All right, and over here we have a resistance, and this resistance is from July 2022. So this is sort of a triangle formation, and over here we have a price cluster which is between 3851 to 3816. So I believe any sort of big green candle closing above uh, the level of 3860 or even you can say 3890 will result into a very good rally. If you check this particular stock in a weekly time frame chart also, it is consolidating right now, but the trend is up. So overall, it is a solid looking stock, but it is lacking momentum. So once I think the momentum will be back, then you'll see some sort of outperformance happening in this particular stock. Realty Pack. Realty Pack is, yes, certainly trying to impress traders that I'm trying to go higher. I'm still there in the game, but I would suggest that I don't want to do anything as of now in realty. I would stay put. I would stay away from Realty Pack. I would like to buy higher. I always say that rather than taking risk, a quick risk and, trying to buy at lower rates, I'm not that sort of trader. I would like to buy at a proper confirmation. Even if I have to buy slightly higher, it is totally all right with me, but I'll try to buy higher. Yes, it has been able to break above this resistance, but friends, it has broke the resistance earlier. Again, it went down, and this is the second attempt which it is doing. Fine. I appreciate the attempt, but I would need some more confirmation from this particular sector. If you open the stock DLF, because DLF is one of the stocks which has been leading. So I believe the outperformance has started in DLF. This is a good sign. Yes, I do completely agree. This is a good sign. If it starts closing above, you can say a level of 379 to 402, this could mean probably a lot of game changing happening in Realty Pack. But let's wait patiently and see whether it certainly happens or not. Consumption pack, I believe it actually needs more consolidation rather than a rally as of now. But ultimately, it's the market, it's the price, it will decide what it wants to do. So what is happening is it's trying to come out of this consolidation zone over here. It's taking support, a very solid candle. This is average candle, but it's okay. It's coming out of a consolidation zone. And I believe in consumption pack, there are multiple stocks. It's a sector which consists of multiple stocks. So you will have to be very, very precise to pick your stock in the consumption pack. Do not just jump in and try to buy any stock at breakout. Please be very, very choosy and precise in this particular sector. Mid cap index. Mid cap index, I believe it's still consolidating. It has certainly not lost its strength. It is consolidating. And currently we have seen the markets, the heavyweights have gone higher. Probably if the market sustains at higher levels, then maybe with time, when the consolidation comes to an end, even mid caps will slowly and steadily start moving higher. All right. So as I shared with all of you at the start of the video, I had clearly told a message that banking needs to take rest, especially the PSU banks. And I will be sharing three sectors which could come out of the consolidation zone. So from my side, there are three sectors. One is metal, second one is auto, and third one is IT. Now, these three sectors have not given breakouts in all the stocks. Maybe one stock is outperforming, other stocks are not outperforming, which we saw in Maruti also. In if you check in IT pack, there is one stock, HCL Technology. It has managed to outperform many other stocks. So we'll be seeing this sort of things happening in many other sectors also. So I believe as a trader, I need confirmation from the sector holistically. So अगर चार पांच stocks में से अगर तीन stocks भी ऊपर आते हैं, means out of a pack of 5 to 6 stocks, at least if 3 stocks are giving a breakout, then I will probably park my money in that particular sector. All right. So I hope this entire educational video helped you to understand how markets will move in the next week. So trade well. Take care, guys.